Late afternoon along the back streets, windows catching amber light. Old brick buildings wearing shadows, stretching slowly into night. Bikes are leaning by the storefront, music floating from inside. Everybody moving gently with somewhere else on their mind. There's a quiet kind of beauty in the corners people miss. Little moments built together, like they're part of something bigger than this. Soft concrete beneath our feet, golden light across the street. Every wall remembers something, every day repeats. Soft concrete and open skies, reflections passing by, finding pieces of ourselves in places we don't try to find. Someone sketches by the window, someone's reading by the door. Coffee cooling on the table, oh, like it's happened here before. Conversations weave around us like familiar melodies, never loud enough to notice, yet they settle naturally. All these stories keep unfolding in the spaces in between. Nothing asking for attention, still becoming part of me. Soft concrete beneath our feet, golden light across the street. Every wall remembers something, every day repeats. Ooh, soft concrete and open skies, reflections passing by, finding pieces of ourselves in places we don't try to find. Maybe that's the reason certain streets feel like home. Not because we stay forever, but because we weren't alone. Oh, every passing season leaves a color in the stone. Neon signs begin to wake, evening settles on the glass. The city changes shape again, while another hour passes. Soft concrete beneath our feet, golden light across the street. Every wall remembers something, every day repeats. Soft concrete and open skies, reflections passing by, finding pieces of ourselves in places we don't try to find. Soft concrete beneath our feet, holding every trace of time. All the moments that we borrow are still alive inside. The lights come on across the block, the sidewalks fill and rearrange. Another evening finds its rhythm, another city learns its shape. Saturday morning on the pavement, sunlight spilling down the block. Everybody moving slower, like somebody stopped the clock. side streets, window shopping without plans. Every corner feels familiar, even when it's somewhere new again. No alarms and no deadlines, no destination on my mind, just enough time to lose track of time. Golden weekend, open skies above the city. Golden weekend, everything is looking pretty. Take it easy, let the hours roll away. Golden weekend, living for a day like today. Bookstore tucked behind a bakery, records stacked against the wall, coffee cups and quiet laughter floating through the afternoon crawl. Somewhere music fills the distance like it's drifting from a dream. Nothing asking for attention, still becoming part of the scene. Every little moment shining like it knows it won't repeat. That's the reason that it feels so sweet. Golden weekend, ooh, open skies above the city. Golden weekend, everything is looking pretty. Take it easy, let the hours roll away. Golden weekend, living for a day like today. Ooh, maybe happiness is simple. Maybe it's the way the sunlight finds its way across the room. Maybe all we really needed was an ordinary afternoon. The train rolls by, the traffic hums, another song begins. The city breeze, the evening comes, and the night slowly settles in. Oh, golden weekend, ooh, open skies above the city. Golden weekend, everything is looking pretty. Take it easy, ooh, let the hours roll away. Golden weekend, living for a day like today. Golden weekend, hold it while it lasts, turning simple little moments into memories that last. The lights begin to flicker on across the rooftops down the lane. A perfect day without a headline, just a feeling worth retaining. Turn the corner by the flower shop, same old table by the glass. Someone's writing in a notebook, watching strangers wander past. Steam is rising from the counter, records spinning somewhere low. There's a rhythm in the silence only regulars seem to know. Nothing really changes here, that's the beauty of the place. Like a photograph still breathing at an easy, steady pace. Side street coffee, slow afternoon, sunlight dancing across the room. Side street coffee, nothing to prove. The city's rushing conversations drift like melodies floating overhead. Outside traffic paints reflections on the windows as it flows. Everybody chasing somewhere while this little corner slows. Maybe comfort isn't grand, maybe it arrives this way in familiar faces smiling at the middle of the day. Side street coffee, slow afternoon, sunlight dancing across the room. Side street coffee, nothing to prove. The city's rushing, but we don't move. Somewhere between the noise and quiet, I found a place to land. A little pause inside the motion, a moment that was never planned. The world keeps turning all around us, still everything feels perfectly still. Cups and conversation, shadows on the floor. Another hour passing like 100 times before. People come and go, the doorway never sleeps. Yet somehow every visit feels like something we can keep. Side street coffee, slow afternoon, sunlight dancing across the room. Side street coffee, nothing to prove. The city's rushing, but we don't move. Side street coffee, golden light, holding on in little pieces of an ordinary life. A chair by the window, the song you've heard before. The comfort of returning to something worth returning for. Paper cup beside the window, your handwriting on the side. Just a little note in black ink that somehow stayed in my mind. Outside people cross the avenue, carrying their separate days. Nobody would stop to notice the tiny things that quietly remain. Funny how the smallest moments never seem important then, yet they keep returning softly again and again. Paper cup, holding more than coffee now. Paper cup, still remember it somehow. Little things come and go so easily. Paper cup, still hanging on to me. Weeks have turned into seasons. Different cafes, different streets, different songs across the speakers, different faces that I meet. Still I think about that afternoon, sunlight resting on the glass. Nothing special in the moment, yet somehow it seems to last. Maybe memories aren't chosen, ticket stubs, photos on forgotten phones, pieces of another season, finding ways to travel home. Some are lost, some disappear, some survive without a reason, long after the moment's gone. Paper cup, holding more than coffee now. Paper cup, still remember it somehow. Little things come and go so easily. Paper cup, still hanging on to me. Just a temporary thing, yet somehow it became a memory. The table's empty now, the afternoon has long moved on, but some stories stay behind long after they're gone. Sunday morning, open curtains. Light is falling on the floor. Have a cup beside the record player, and a song I've heard before. Neighbors walking through the alley, someone's watering the plants. Everything is moving slowly, like the city made new plans. No appointments, no directions, no reason to be anywhere. Just a frequency of comfort floating softly through the air. Sunday FM playing through the room, golden melodies in the lazy afternoon. Sunday FM, everything feels right, a soundtrack for the moments we usually pass by. Old transmissions from another decade mixed with something new. Every song feels like a postcard sent from a different point of view. I don't even know the station or the person choosing tracks, but somehow every little note keeps bringing memories back. Not because of who was with me, not because of where I've been, just the feeling of a moment finding me again. Sunday FM playing through the room, golden melodies in the lazy afternoon. Sunday FM, everything feels right, a soundtrack for the moments we usually pass by. Ooh, static fading into music like a photograph in sound. Ooh, tiny pieces of forever hidden in the background. Somewhere, somebody is listening to the very same song now. Windows open, breezes moving, rhythm drifting through the hall. Nothing urgent, nothing missing, just enough to have it all. Sunday FM playing through the room, golden melodies in the lazy afternoon. Sunday FM, everything feels right, a soundtrack for the moments we usually pass by. Sunday FM, stay a little while, turning ordinary hours window seat on a rainy afternoon, drops of silver running down the glass. Everybody moving through the weather like they're trying to outrun the past. Coffee warm in both my hands while the city blurs into a dream. Funny how a little distance makes you notice everything. Conversations in the background, traffic humming soft and low. Nothing asking for attention, still becoming part of the show. From a window seat, watching life roll by, little pieces of forever hidden in plain sight. From a window seat, every face, every life feels like part of a story passing through the night. Someone waiting at the corner, someone laughing in the rain, someone carrying fresh flowers onto an unfamiliar train. Reflections mixing with the skyline, turning strangers into art. For a moment we're connected, even when we're worlds apart. Maybe every passing second leaves a mark we never see. Tiny snapshots of a lifetime floating through the scenery. From a window seat, watching life roll by, little pieces of forever hidden in plain sight. From a window seat, every face, every life feels like part of a story passing through the night. Ooh, the glass becomes a canvas, every reflection tells a tale. Moments arrive and disappear like colors in the rain, yet somehow they remain. The train goes past, the lights come on, the evening starts to glow. A familiar song across the room moves slower than the road, and for a while the whole world feels exactly where it should be. From a window seat, watching life roll by, little pieces of forever hidden in plain sight. From a window seat, every face, every life feels like part of a story passing through the night. Oh, from a window seat, I can see the city breathe, finding beauty in the moments most of us don't keep. The rain begins to fade away, the glass turns clear again. Another day keeps moving forward, and I watch it from within. Everybody's moving somewhere, different stories, different names. Morning trains and crowded crosswalks, running through familiar lanes. Someone laughs across the sidewalk, someone staring at their phone. For a second our reflections share the same patch of chrome. Maybe every passing moment leaves a trace we never see. Tiny echoes in the background of the people we could be. We're all passing by like shadows in the afternoon, crossing lines under the same familiar moon. We're all passing by, 1,000 faces every day. Some remain, most of them just drift away. Coffee shops and open windows, music floating through the air. Someone reading by the corner like they've always belonged there. they're chasing, where they're headed after dark. How many lives brush against us before disappearing from the map? Every street becomes a story, every turn another scene. All these lives unfolding quietly just beyond what we can reach. We're all passing by like shadows in the afternoon, crossing lines under the same familiar moon. We're all passing by, 1,000 faces every day. Some remain, most of them just drift away. Maybe we're the background in somebody else's frame, just a moment in the picture before they walk away again. Still, there's something kind of beautiful in never staying quite the same. The light changes, the traffic moves, another conversation starts. The city breathes, the evening blooms, collecting pieces of our hearts. Oh, we're all passing by like shadows in the afternoon, crossing lines under the same familiar moon. All passing by, 1,000 faces every day. Some remain, most of them just drift away. All passing by, different roads and different views. For a moment I was passing by with you, passing through the city lights, everybody on their way. Another story in motion, another ordinary day. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Everybody's rushing somewhere, yellow lights and passing chains. Umbrellas floating through the evening, the colors drifting through the rain. You were talking about nothing, I was listening anyway. Funny how the smallest conversations still have a way to stay. The whole city kept on moving faster than we ever could. But somehow that only made it feel a little more understood. Slow motion hearts in a fast moving world, holding on to moments as they quietly unfurl. Slow motion hearts taking our time tonight, while the city rushes past us under neon light. Crosswalk signals changing colors, reflections dancing on the ground. Every street became a soundtrack, every silence had a sound. Nothing needed explanation, nothing needed to be said. Some connections happen softly, without a single plan ahead. Maybe that's what makes it special. Maybe that's what makes it real. When the simplest moments somehow become the ones you feel. Slow motion hearts in a fast moving world, holding on to moments as they're quietly unfurled. Slow motion hearts, taking our time tonight, while the city rushes past us under neon light. Ooh, let the trains keep running. Ooh, let the headlines keep changing. Ooh, for a little while we don't have to keep up. Ooh, we can stay inside the rhythm of this ordinary night. Street light shimmer on the pavement. Ooh, music leaks from open doors. Conversations fill the distance, like they've done 1,000 times before. The world keeps spinning, the clocks keep turning, yet somehow time feels different here. Slow motion hearts in a fast moving world, holding on to moments as they're quietly unfurled. Slow motion hearts, taking our time tonight, while the city rushes past us under neon lights. Slow motion hearts, finding something hard to name. A little peace between the movement. Ooh, a little beauty in the frame. Ooh. The last train rolls across the river, the skyline settles into view. Another night in motion, another memory passing through. Morning rush across the avenue, shoes against the concrete beat. Coffee cups and crossing signals, keeping time along the street. Someone's laughing through an open window, someone's calling for a cab, someone's writing their next chapter on a train they almost missed. Every corner tells a story, every face is passing through. A million little moments making something old feel new. City life, moving like a melody. City life, everybody's got a frequency. Oh, city life, different dreams beneath the lights, all connected by the rhythm of another day and night. Bookstores hiding in the side streets, vinyl spinning down below. Tiny cafés full of strangers, sharing songs they'll never know. Afternoons become reflections on the grass of passing trains. Every neighborhood is changing, yet somehow it stays the same. There's a beauty in the movement, in the patterns we repeat, the ordinary magic living underneath our feet. City life, ooh, moving like a melody. City life, moves, the seasons come and go. The signs light up, the conversations drift like waves across the road. And somewhere in the middle of all the noise and motion, a little piece of home appears. City life, ooh, moving like a melody. City life, everybody's got a frequency. City life, different dreams beneath the lights, all connected by the rhythm of another day and night. City life, every window, every street, part of one endless soundtrack, playing underneath our feet. The skyline settles into evening. The sidewalks hum with one more song. Another day becomes a memory, and the city keeps moving on. Found a seat beside the window, ordered something cold and sweet. Watched the afternoon unfolding with no reason to compete. People drifting through the crosswalk, summer hanging in the air. Everybody seemed to have somewhere to be. I didn't really care. No big plans, no expectations, no countdown on my phone. Sometimes that's enough, sometimes that's all you need to know. Nothing complicated, nothing left to figure out. Just a little sunlight and a city all around. Nothing complicated, taking every moment slow. Sometimes the best days happen when you let them come and go. Music playing from the speakers like it knew exactly when to settle into the background and become part of the day again. A familiar conversation, a smile from across the room, the kind of things you never photograph but somehow still remember too. Maybe we've been taught to chase every answer, every sign, when all along the good stuff was quietly passing by. Oh, nothing complicated, nothing left to figure out. Just a little sunlight and a city all around. Nothing complicated, taking every moment slow. Sometimes the best days happen when you let them come and go. Baby, peace is underrated. Maybe simple isn't small. Maybe every perfect moment never needed much at all. Just enough room to breathe, just enough room to belong. The traffic hums, the coffee cools, the afternoon keeps rolling. The shadows move, the daylight bends, the city keeps unfolding. Nothing dramatic, nothing new, yet somehow everything feels right. Nothing complicated, nothing left to figure out. Just a little sunlight and a city all around. Nothing complicated, taking every moment slow. Sometimes the best days happen when you let them come and go. Maybe that's the secret now. felt exactly like it should. Sent a message around 11. Got some time this afternoon. Nothing major, nothing planned out, just a table for two. Yeah. The city's busy doing city things, deadlines running through the day. But for a couple hours we can leave it and let it all drift away. No big reason, no occasion, just a break from moving fast. Sometimes that's enough to make a little moment last. Out for coffee, that's all it is. A little time in a world like this. Out for coffee, nothing to prove, just good conversation and a comfortable groove. Out for coffee, watching the daylight move. Sometimes the best place to be is nowhere you have to. People passing by the window like scenes from another show. Every table holds a story we probably never know. Records spinning through the speakers, soft enough to blend away, turning ordinary minutes into the best part of the day. Funny how the simple things can feel exactly right. A quiet room, familiar face, an easy afternoon light. Out for coffee, that's all it is. A little time in a world like this. Out for coffee, nothing to prove, just good conversation and a comfortable groove. Out for coffee, watching the daylight move. Sometimes the best place to be is nowhere you have to. No destination waiting, no schedule on the wall, just a few unhurried hours and the freedom of them all. The city keeps on turning, but we're not counting at all. The cups get lighter, the shadows grow, the afternoon stretches slow. The second round, the favorite song, and suddenly the hours are gone. Still nobody's in a hurry, nobody's ready to leave. Out for coffee, that's all it is. Ooh, little time in a world like this. Out for coffee, nothing to prove, just good conversation and a comfortable groove. Watching the daylight move. Sometimes the best place to be is nowhere you have to. Out for coffee, holding on to the day before the evening carries everything away. Chairs are stacking by the counter. The sunlight fades beyond the glass. Another ordinary afternoon made memorable at last. Sunlight drifting through the window, half-filled cups and quiet talk. People moving down the sidewalk like a movie without a plot. were tracing little circles on the table with your hand. Neither one of us was rushing. We were nowhere we were planned. And the afternoon kept folding into shades of gold and blue. Nothing special on the surface, still it felt a little new. Stay a little longer, we don't have to leave just yet. Let the city keep on turning while the daylight slowly bends. Stay a little longer, there's no reason to decide. Let's get lost inside the moment. Let the evening pass us by. Records playing through the speakers, low enough to barely hear. Every song becomes a memory when the right one's sitting near. Outside traffic keeps on flowing, different stories passing through. But somehow this tiny corner feels a world away with you. And the shadows started stretching across the floor and up the wall. Nothing asking for attention, nothing needing much at all. Stay a little longer, we don't have to leave just yet. Let the city keep on turning while the daylight slowly bends. Stay a little longer, there's no reason to decide. Let's get lost inside the moment. Let the evening pass us by. Maybe all we're really chasing is a feeling we can't name. Maybe every perfect moment never asked for us to stay. But for now the room is glowing and the night can wait a while. Coffee getting colder now, street lights coming into view. Nothing written in the future, just this conversation. You stay a little longer,